just because the IRS sends you a notice that says, hey, we penalized you and you owe us this much, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have to pay that.
Right.
You might, but it's at least worth trying to get it abated.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Now's a good time to start planning for next year, though, right? For those of us who have already got this done, and I did mine. By the way, everyone, I just want to let you know that I did mine last week. I'm done.
Good job, Harvey. Fist bump.
Yeah, there it is.
All right. Yeah. So it's important to get. So the extension that you file is an extension of time to file,
right,
not time to pay.
Right.
So if you had a balance due, if by the time you calculate everything up by October 15th and you get it filed and you say, oh, it looks like I owed $5,000. Well, you're not going to get a penalty if you file your tax return on time. You won't get a failure to file penalty,
right?
But you'll still get a failure to pay penalty,
right?
So the IRS has a whole suite of penalties that they're eligible to apply against you. Among the other suite of IRS penalties is failure to make proper estimates.
Okay.
So if you don't make your estimated tax payments on time, let's say you owed $50,000 in taxes for the year.
Right.
Well, that's what, 4 payments at $12,500?
Yeah.
And if you made $25,000 payment on September 15th and then $25,000 payment on January 15th, the third and the fourth quarter due dates, well, that's great. You paid your $50,000, but they're going to go back and still assess you penalties for not making the $12,500 in April 18th and on June 15th.
Wow.
Because you didn't pay that until September 15th.
Gotcha.
What you need to do is just make sure you're making those payments on time, and if there's any way that you can restructure or rearrange those payments by using the refunds or whatever,
okay,
you can. That's a very viable strategy in a clutch situation. The first time penalty abatement is a really liberal evaluation of your. Have you ever had a penalty in the last 3 years for this specific thing? And then if not, then okay, well, we'll waive it. And then there's other penalty relief eligible for partnership returns. There's a special penalty abatement for that. If you fail to file your partnership return on time, there's a provision that you can apply and get it, as long as all the partners filed their tax returns timely and like they did with the K-1s that should have been filed. Mm-hmm. As long as that's the case, then there's a provision for the IRS to waive any penalty for the partnership return. That's not eligible for S corporations. So if you're an S corp, that's not in the universe of possibilities. So there's a lot of nuance to penalty relief with the IRS and stuff, and so it's really facts and circumstances specific.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio.